the book that will make you stop overthinking and start acting. Screw it, let's do it, Richard Branson. How many great ideas die before they are ever born? Not because they are bad ideas. Not because people lack talent. Not even because the timing is wrong. Most ideas die in the space between thought and action. That is exactly the space Richard Branson attacks in Screw It, Let's Do It. This book is not a traditional business manual filled with formulas, frameworks, or corporate language. Instead, it feels like a direct conversation with one of the world's most daring entrepreneurs, a man who built an empire by repeatedly doing what most people are too afraid to attempt. At the center of the book is Branson's philosophy, summed up in a single sentence: if it feels right and it's worth trying, stop waiting and do it. What makes this idea powerful is that Branson does not present action as recklessness. He presents it as courage. Throughout the book, he returns to the same core belief: life rewards movement. Most people spend too much time preparing for the perfect moment. They wait until they feel ready, until the market is clearer, until the risk is lower, until they know exactly what will happen. But Branson's life story proves the opposite. The perfect moment almost never arrives. His journey begins long before Virgin became a global brand. As a young man struggling with dyslexia, he was never the traditional model of academic success. In many ways, the world could have easily convinced him that he was not built for achievement. Instead, he leaned into what he could do. He saw opportunities where others saw limitations. This is one of the book's most important lessons. Your disadvantages do not need to define your ceiling. Often, they become the reason you think differently. Branson repeatedly emphasizes risk. But not blind risk. Calculated boldness. He takes risks because he believes experience is more valuable than certainty. Whether launching a student magazine, building Virgin Records, or later entering industries as competitive as airlines and telecommunications, Branson shows that growth comes from stepping into spaces where outcomes are uncertain. This is where the book becomes especially relevant for modern audiences. So many people are trapped in analysis paralysis. They research endlessly, they consume content endlessly, they plan endlessly, but they never begin. Branson's message is almost brutally simple: action creates clarity. You do not think your way into confidence. You act your way into confidence. Another recurring theme in the book is passion. Branson does not believe in building businesses purely for money. He believes in building around excitement, challenge, and genuine curiosity. He explicitly emphasizes loving what you do as a core lesson from both life and business. This is one reason his story feels different from many business books. The energy is not corporate. It is adventurous. To Branson, life itself is an experiment. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to test what is possible. He also talks about failure with unusual honesty. Failure is not something to be avoided at all costs. It is something to be used. Every failed attempt contains information. Every setback sharpens judgment. Every mistake teaches something that success often cannot. This mindset is what separates people who grow from people who freeze. The people who wait for guaranteed outcomes rarely move far. The people willing to learn through movement evolve faster. Another major lesson is optimism. Branson's success is deeply tied to his ability to remain positive under pressure. He does not deny difficulty. He simply refuses to let difficulty define the outcome. This mental resilience is one of the strongest ideas in the book. Your external success is often limited by your internal narrative. If you approach life expecting impossibility, you stop before you start. If you approach life believing there is always a way, solutions begin to appear. By the end, Screw It, Let's Do It becomes more than an entrepreneurial memoir. It becomes a philosophy of living. Take the trip, start the project, make the call, launch the business. Say yes to the opportunity that scares you. Because in Branson's world, the greatest risk is not failure. It is the regret of never trying. And perhaps that is why this book resonates so deeply. Because beneath the business stories lies a truth that applies to everyone. Life changes the moment you stop waiting for permission.